Barry Tramel, and sorry, I can't get excited about this NBA draft.
It's not nearly as exciting as last year. I'm Jenni Carlson, and this is the Press Row from the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City. Our NBA draft coverage is sponsored by Diffie Ford, Lincoln Mercury. Barry, this time last year we were talking about Blake Griffin, we were talking about the Thunder, Ricky Rubio. This year, is there anything you get excited about?
Yes. When the draft's over, we can move on to the real business, which is trying to get the Thunder to see if they can sign Kevin Durant to an extension and Jeff Green to an extension. That's the key to this summer, the future contracts of those guys. It's not who they're going to pick with the 21st and 26th picks of the draft.
Yeah, I just think that the sizzle is out of this draft. And maybe we would see it differently had we not had the mother of all drafts a year ago, where you had obviously a local product and Blake Griffin was going to be the #1 pick overall. And then the Thunder had a really high draft pick, and all of the scuttlebutt about Ricky Rubio and who would they take ended up being James Harden, which ended up being a fantastic pick for this team. But I just think that the sizzle is out of this whole thing, Barry, because whoever they get with these first-round picks is going to be somewhere else developing their game. They're not going to be on this roster right away, are they?
No. 2 years ago, we knew whoever the Thunder was going to draft at #4 was going to go right into the rotation. Russell Westbrook eventually became, 12 games into the season, became the point guard. Last year, we knew whoever they picked at #3, James Harden, going right into the rotation, probably as the 6th man. This year, whoever they pick is either going to Tulsa or the end of the bench. So this draft is not going to affect next NBA season. Now, they may get a Serge Ibaka-like guy, a guy that develops and becomes a pleasant surprise, but this is not going to be an impact draft immediately for the Thunder.
You know, and it's interesting how much our perception of the NBA draft has changed, because a few years ago, before we had an NBA team permanently in Oklahoma City, this draft would have been a huge deal because of the local products that are in this draft. No #1 pick like a year ago with Blake Griffin, but you've got Daniel Orton, you've got other local guys at the high school, Xavier Henry, James Anderson, all sorts of guys that could potentially be first-round draft picks, Epe Udoh. I mean, the list goes on and on. A couple years ago, we would have been doing cartwheels over this draft, but now so much of our attention to the draft is based around the Thunder that those local guys are so much of an afterthought that it's not really exciting us as much as it might have a few years ago. Those guys are going to make, in essence, history. We've never had, from the state of Oklahoma, that many first-round draft picks who played Oklahoma high school basketball. So, Barry, it is a meaningful draft, but it's really just not one we're getting very excited about. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.